Hi, so welcome to Golf FM, and this is another bag review. This time it's the Ogio All Elements Hybrid stand bag. All Elements just means it's waterproof. It's just a fancy way of saying that. I don't know whether their other bags say some elements, and this one says all elements, but it's good in the rain, this one. It's waterproof. It's a normal waterproof stand bag. So I'm just going to go through it and tell you what I think of it. I haven't had a lot to do with Ogio recently. It's the first year I've stocked them. Got a couple other reviews on the silencer one, which I'll put a link for up there. And also the fuse bag. Managed to do an 18-minute review on one bag recently. Yeah, I know, 18 minutes, incredible. Watch that if you want. Some people find it funny. I'll tell you what's funny is how long it was. That really is funny. So this one is the waterproof stand bag. Now, this is about £269, roughly. Can be cheaper than that if you look hard enough. So it's quite expensive. That's a little bit more than the Ping Monsoon, the waterproof bag from Ping, the stand bag I mean. So this has to be good because have I reviewed that? Actually, I don't think I have reviewed the stand version. Well, certainly not for a long time if I have, but I think it's good, the Ping Monsoon. So this will have to be good to be beating that because it's quite a well-known make, Ping, and they're quite well-known for their bags as well, to be honest. Ogio is as well. If you don't know anything about Ogio, it means our gear is organised, and they have a bit of a reputation for making good quality backpacks, holdalls, even suitcases and that sort of thing. And they specialise in transportation of things. And in this case, they're transporting golf clubs. So one thing that you need to know about these is this is the safest colour by a mile. There are, I think, 3 other colours in this for 2024. And you describe them kindly as individualistic or unique. You might also describe them as horrible, but that's just a matter of opinion. You know, you might absolutely love a really bright, bold design. And if you do, then crack on, get those. But this one is the most subdued. It still has some sort of pattern on it. I think it's flowers. I bought one flowery one, this one. This is the 18-minute review one. I'll save you some time, it's quite good. There's one of this design on that, and it's even more everywhere. So, you know, you've got to be careful or very sure of yourself of what you like. I need to get on with this. This can't be 18 minutes. It's ridiculous. So let's just get on with the top, first of all. Let's do the top, right? Oh, actually, overall weight. Right, we've done price, we've done what it looks like. I think it looks all right, this one. It's all right. I mean, I know it's flowers, but it's not that off-putting. Is it flowers? I think it is flowers, but it's fine. I mean, most people could live with that. You know, it's navy and black. It's not offensive in any way. Weight-wise, don't know exactly what it is, but it feels quite lightweight. Possibly a little bit heavier than some of the waterproof bags out there. One of the things with waterproof bags is by the nature of this material, it is usually very lightweight. What you don't always get is longevity because they can be wrapped a little bit tight. They can rip. They can... If they're not good, the better ones are not like that, but you've got to be careful with waterproof bags because sometimes they don't actually last as long as you would hope they would last, especially when you take into account how much they cost. This is light enough, you'll be able to carry it no problem and not feel like it's a ton weight. It feels pretty light. I mean, as I say, a little bit heavier than some of them, but not too bad. So the top is like this. Now, I don't know what you think of this, but the white side here is looking like you put all your woods in there. It says something about wood technology, woody technology it says on it. I don't really know what they mean by that, but I've put woods in this, and I'll maybe show you in a picture alongside this commentary. You can do what you want with arrangement. I mean, it's up for debate what is acceptable arrangement of clubs. If it was me, I would just treat this like it was a normal set, and I would probably have my woods up here and then going down towards the lower clubs. I'm not sure where I put my putter. I might put it in their side there, here, or I don't know. I would just treat it as a normal, and there's plenty of room. Plenty of room. But you could do woods upside there if you want. It might look a bit different. You might be into that, I don't know. And then irons all in there. And it's this hard wearing sort of rubberized material which is not going to damage your clubs and will last a long, long time. Because some of the things with these bags is, if you look at this, you know, that's a good example on the TIS TaylorMade bag. Really soft, not going to damage your clubs, but not going to last forever, unfortunately. Gets worn away, frays, might only get a few years out of that, 2 or 3 years, depending on how much you play. You're not going to be able to break this. This is solid, and that's probably where a little bit of the extra weight comes from, because this is a bit more solid than a normal top. But it's good in a way because it lasts a long time. Full length dividers down there. Yeah, right the way down, right the way down. Is it separated here? It is separated. This bit is separated from that as well. So if you really were wanting to just do your woods in there, you could say, well, I'm keeping the shafts even better condition because they're literally just going on their own there. So that's probably why they've done that. So the top's good, nice grab handle on there and a little bit to hold it there so you can get it in the boot of your car. That's Scottish for trunk. So you see you're learning a new language here as well if you're watching from America. Pockets now. Big main pocket there with the hood in it, and again you've got a little zip in there, so if you drop anything down the bottom you can get to the bottom of the bag. Don't go tipping it upside down before you've tried to get in here. Good advice there. And the hood looks okay. I've tried it on, I'm only going to do it now, and it fits fine. Velcro around here and a couple of poppers at the side, similar to the fuse bag that I reviewed as well, and it goes on pretty easily and is acceptable. It's good. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's fine. And it's the same colour as the bag, which is quite nice. This zip, incidentally, follows on from a lot of the Ogio bags, well, all of them that I've reviewed so far. They have pretty much the best zips in the game as far as I can see. Really, really easy. I mean, that you would never know was a waterproof zip. And I tell you, you do notice it on a lot of them, where the material pulls as you pull the waterproof zip, and it feels like it's snagging almost, and you can be pulling too hard and it rips the stitching at the sides. This is just an absolute breeze, and really impressed with that. So really big pocket there, loads of space in there, absolute loads, and good give in the pocket, because this is a sort of bugbear of mine, that talking about this tight feeling you get from a lot of the cheaper waterproof bags. When you press that out, it doesn't feel like you're going to rip anything, whereas it does on some of them. It feels like you're going to have to be really careful, and people are not. So yeah, that's pleased with that pocket, like it. This one, the sort of tees and bits and pieces in there, sort of fur lined a wee bit, not too much, and that wee key holder thing that I don't know that anybody actually uses that. Can you really be bothered attaching anything to that? I mean, you can, but life's too short to be connecting things to intricate small things like that, unless you know it's going to be there permanently. I don't know what you would put there permanently. Anyway, that's really quite deep, that pocket. It's quite good. That would be a very useful pocket. And again, class leading zips. Right, it's got a ball thing here, and I discussed this in the fuse bag video, that I thought it was a very negative thing to put in there. It's like, you know, you've got balls in there ready to go, quick access, because you're just waiting for disaster. You're thinking, well, I may well, within the first 2 or 3 holes, have blasted 2 or 3 balls out of bounds, and I need quick access to reload. And I thought to myself, I don't like that. You know, it should be in the bag, and should be thinking, well, I'm going to use 1 ball for the rest of this round, not that I'm going to constantly be needing new ammunition. But in a waterproof bag, it makes slightly more sense to me, because it's like, well, it's one less thing that you're having to open the zip for to let potential rain get into your other stuff. So you've got balls there ready to go, that when you hook the head off it out of bounds or slice the blazes out of it, you've got another ball there without having to go into a pocket if you've loaded the magazine and you're ready to go. So I don't mind it in a waterproof bag. It kind of makes more sense to me. Otherwise, I thought it screamed high handicapper and negativity in the fuse bag. You've got a little pencil holder thing in there, got a wee hook there, and the umbrella strap thing goes around the back, and the umbrella goes down there, and it's got a holder at the bottom, so the umbrella's taken care of. This is the main top pocket, and I like that. It's got a lot of space in it. It goes down, the zip feels really good. It sets up, it's easy access, there's nothing, you don't need dainty hands. You can get in there with full massive hands and not feel like it's difficult. The bottom pocket is good again, deep, easy access. It's not insulated, so you're not keeping anything hot or cold in there. You just have to get on with it. Ogio have decided, nah, it's potentially going to be raining. You don't desperately need to keep your drinks cold or anything hot, and just get on and play golf and stop worrying about how cold or hot anything is. All right, just get on and play the game. These are nets at the side, which are quite useful for, should fit a rangefinder in there, or certainly bottles, because you can put them outside because it's not going to be any less hot or cold than if it's in there. So yeah, perfectly good storage for lots of things. Final pocket round here, again pretty good access, really nice access to that, deep, feels like it's not going to rip. Brilliant zip on it as usual from Ogio. And finally the bit of insulation. So I'm slightly jumped the gun there. They do have a bit of insulation in there, but as I said in the fuse review, how is that insulating it? Right, I don't know exactly the science of insulation, but say you're trying to keep a bottle of water cold. So if you've seen the fuse review, you'll just be thinking, oh, here he goes again, I've seen this, I've heard it all before. Well, just fast forward or something, just do that doof doof thing where it just goes forward 10 seconds or something. Might need 20 seconds with me. So they're putting that in there, and that's supposed to be insulating that with air going fully in there and nothing round the top. If it was in there and it was insulated, then, and it was all, you know, that insulated foily material round it, then I could understand that maybe it's not going to lose any coldness, or you're not going to lose any heat if you've got something hot you want to keep in there. And if you've seen my other reviews, you'll know what I mean by that. So this is a good pocket, but do you know what I use that for? And I said that in the other review as well, is a rangefinder pocket. I basically always put my rangefinder in this sort of pocket. So it's open, quick, easy to get at, and can't go wrong. Do you know that if anything, if somebody would build like a rangefinder holder thing, a universal holder that you could go like that and it didn't fall off, I would be up for that. But at the moment I'm using this because I don't want to keep going in and out of a zip to get my rangefinder. I'm using it all the time. You know, I'm topping at 30 yards rangefinder, topping at another 30 yards rangefinder. You know, so I need it a lot. I'm not really. 40 yards. So a bit of padding here for your back, nothing too, a wee bit meagre on the padding there, but I don't think it's going to hurt you or anything. It's not going to injure you. It'll be perfectly comfortable. They've got this fit disc thing which supposedly balances it. I think it does a pretty good job of it. I mean, it's hard to tell when it's got no clubs in it and no nothing in it. No roast chickens or anything. Gave the game away there. You need to watch some other reviews if you want to find out about the roast chicken. There we go. So yeah, seems fine. No bad points. No bad points? Yeah, there's one bad point, unfortunately. Couldn't get through the whole review without saying something that meant nobody was actually ever going to buy it in my shop. Well, it's not that bad, but it's just a bit strange when you think that it's all elements, that it's meant to be waterproof, right? There's massive holes cut out of this here. Why, if you're building a waterproof bag, would you put cut out holes which go straight down into the bag? So especially the top section here, whatever you put in there, there's potential water can get in here. And you could say, well, actually, hang on a minute, Fraser, that's, you know, hold your horses there, mate. You know, it's like, well, that's down the way. You know, that's the water's coming in from the sky. It's not coming up the way. If you've got the rain hood on, gravity means, so getting into physics here, the water will run down and drip and go into that and then go down into where the grips are, making them slightly slippier than they would have been. But I mean, you might dry them each shot anyway, but it just seems a bit funny to me that you would have cut out. Why is that not just closed over? I mean, it's a design feature, right? But it's at the back anyway, where you're not seeing it that much. So why bother? Why bother and then have someone like me come along, review it and say it's nearly really good, apart from the massive holes in it? Honestly, I need to be at some of these meetings when they're designing bags. That's what I think. Fly me out to wherever it is, not free of charge. it would have to be for money, it might be worth it, because you're not going to get, you know, we can go through it, we can say, well, you know, if I was reviewing this, I'd be saying, what's that all about? But it's too late now, it's on the market. I don't know, I mean, it is a nice looking design, but why is it not maybe just don't have it open? Just have it as grey or something, or black, whatever it is. It could still be that indentation design if you wanted it to be like that, but just don't cut it out. Anyway, apart from that, it's really, really good. I don't know how much of a difference that'll make to the waterproofness. It probably doesn't actually impact on it that much. Sort of backtracking now, just in case anybody that might have been thinking of buying it at my shop is now thinking, well, write that one off, cross that one off the list, not buying that one. I mean, it's again, I'm at the stage where it's like, I'm doing these reviews and I'm thinking, oh God, I hope nobody watches this, you know, and I shouldn't really be in that mindset. You should be thinking, well, I want people to watch this, but I mean, it's only for the sake of one bag. You're going to get somebody who's not going to watch the review, aren't you? You are, aren't you? You will, surely. Sure, it's happened before. It's happened before. Where, in fact, it happened most famously with the Ping Tour bag. I just absolutely slated that. And what was the first bag that I sold that season out of the Pings? The Ping Tour bag. Not a YouTube watcher. Okay, I think that is it. I highly recommend this bag, but you may have to sort of sellotape over the back of that, you know, and go to another sort of gaffer tape, you know, the really strong black tape there round there, and try and waterproof that bit there. Apart from that, it's really good. As I say, make your own mind up how much of an impact that's going to have. Honestly, unnecessary again, unnecessary. I see this time and time again. Anyway, right, so that I think is the review of the Ogio All Elements Hybrid stand bag finished, and hopefully it wasn't 18 minutes, and hopefully you got a good flavour of what this bag's all about and whether you think it's worth getting. I do like a lot about it. It's big, it's well made, I think it's going to last a long time, and slight flaw at the back, but apart from that, it's really good. I mean, don't forget that there's a big hole in the top, and that every time you open the hood when it's raining, there's potential water getting in for a few seconds. So that might not be as big a deal as you think. See what you think. Let me know in the comments if you've got one of these and you have noticed that the back bit is a fault, that is a problem. I'd be interested to hear that. I'd just be interested to hear any sort of ongoing reports. It's always good to hear that, because, you know, I've not used this bag myself. I don't have everyday usage experience, and it's good to hear that, and gives me good feedback and helps me to advise you better even in the future as well. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, we'd appreciate that, and like as well if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks again.